Good day, my fellow educators. I would like to discuss the different approaches to instructional supervision. I'm Crystal S. J. Canlas. As I go with the content of this topic, let us begin with knowing what instructional supervision is. As explained from the slide, instructional supervision is a professional, continuous, and cooperative process for the improvement of instruction. It is characterized by guidance, assistance, sharing of ideas, facilitation, or creation to help teachers improve the learning environment and quality of learning in the school. It is a collaborative work of professional colleagues with an instructional leader who possess superior knowledge and skill and who work collaboratively in school environment that nurtures the development of professional learning community. The main goal of instructional supervision is to improve the quality of teaching through improving the teaching skill of teacher, which in turn enhance the student academic achievement and performance. Along with the policy of DepEd, the conduct of instructional supervision is to guide its instructional leaders, school principal, master teachers, head teachers, and the teachers. Instructional supervision undergo proper procedure to prepare all the concerns and the needed materials, also the tools and forms to avoid conflict and misinterpretation of the conduct of the instructional supervision. The main concern ranges of instructional supervision is to provide supervisory mentoring, coaching, feedback to the new teachers, seasoned teachers, and struggling teachers. On the other hand, instructional supervision tends to observe, gather data to help and guide support the teacher, and a pre-conference and a post-conference will be conducted by the rater or observer to help the ratee improve the teaching and learning delivery. So, there are different instructional supervisory approaches. Here in the Philippines, instructional supervision includes the preparation of the monthly supervisory plan of head teachers and master teachers along with the annual supervisory plan of the school principal. This be the basis in the conduct of instructional supervision and the technical assistance in the monthly supervisory plan. The teacher preference on the schedule of supervision is taken into consideration, but it should not affect the general supervisory program and compromise the required number of observation per teacher, which is 4 times in a year. As mandated by the Result-Based Performance Management System, Philippines Professional Standard for Teacher. This is why knowing the different approaches in instructional supervision is vital to ensure the delivery of quality education. So, let's begin with the first approach in instructional supervision, which is the directive supervision. Directive supervision is used when either the teacher is very new and needs more directive guidance or when the teacher is struggling and needs close monitoring or guidance. In some instances, the supervisor is considered to have greater knowledge or expertise than the new or struggling teachers. When the supervisor takes on a directive style of supervision, he or she is also taking direct ownership of the problem and the corresponding solution. The role of the supervisor is very prescriptive and very active. The supervisor typically would initiate contact with the teacher and the direct focus of the subsequent meeting. The supervisor or the chair would use such supervisory behavior that should be reinforcing, standardizing, and directing. It would certainly be hope of all the supervisor that the teachers are self-directed and professional, but there are times when direct feedbacking must be given so that there can be no confusion about what is expected to the teachers. Few teacher would fall into the category requiring direct control supervision. This category is reserved for truly struggling teacher, for new teacher with no or little experience in teaching. The goal of the supervisor is to help the teacher move out of this supervision mode. We also have direct informational supervision. So in this part, directive informational supervision would probably be the mode for appropriate for many new teacher, at least for their first year or two at this institution. Once they gathered confidence in their teaching and service, they will become more and more self-directed and will be subsequently need less supervision. So, the directive informational supervision approach is used to help and guide new teacher as they explore their teaching career and as they become more familiar and confident in their teaching style and strategies. In this case, the supervisors still constantly take a very active role in terms of framing the direction and the choice of the teacher. And they is still primarily responsible for all the aspect of supervision. Again, the supervisor chair would utilize such supervisory behavior as reinforcing, standardizing, and directing, but perhaps be more open to suggestion from the teacher. Interestingly, veteran teacher may occasionally need more directive informational supervision at various pivotal times in their career. For example, if a veteran teacher takes a new responsibility or teaching responsibility or content in which she has a little experience. This category might be most appropriate in the latter example, as a tenured teacher might be expected to integrate new technology into the curriculum. This might be difficult and unnerving, so a little more directive guidance could be very useful. Again, the idea is for all the teacher to take more of this responsibility on themselves and to move on supervisory mode that are more self-directed. We also have collaborative supervision. So in collaborative supervision is an excellent mode for the majority of the tenured teacher if they already have experience in teaching and are very strong in their areas of expertise. This mode is perhaps best likewise. This approach is often used when the supervisor and the faculty member have roughly equivalent expertise. The supervisor or helps the teacher to explore all the possible alternatives. Yet, the decision lies within the responsibility of the teacher, not the supervisor. The supervisor helps clarify and provide focus, but the teacher has ultimately authority and cannot be vetoed by supervisor. As Glickman said, the purpose of collaboration is to solve the problem through meeting of the minds of equals. True equality is the core of collaboration. So, the chair should utilize such supervisory behavior as negotiating, problem solving, and presenting. Again, the ultimate goal is for the faculty member to become more self directed. Then we also have non-directive supervision. So in this part, the non-directive supervision is the mode that is designed for the excellent teachers. Quite often, the supervisor helps this very good teacher as the right ask the right questions while both the teacher and the supervisor are still considered equals and colleagues. The individual teacher is considered more of an expert in the particular area than the supervisor. So, in other words, most supervisor can identify the scenario where the teachers is said to be having expertise than them in certain areas. For example, a physics teacher or a physics chairman might be responsible for supervising all the physics teacher, while certain faculty or certain teacher have special expertise in other field. Nevertheless, in non-directive supervision, the self-directed teacher initiate contact with the supervisor. The supervisor is asked for another lens, so to speak, through which to look at any particular issue. The supervisor is asked for suggestion and to help the teacher think through the issue at hand. The supervisor helps to mirror or reflect the idea of the teacher. Finally, the point must be made clear that the non-directive approach is not a hands-off approach. The supervisor does play an active role, but much of the role is defined by the teacher. The chair would use such supervisory behavior as reflecting, encouraging, clarifying, and listening. So, to sum it up, there is said to be no one size fits all supervisory approach. It depends on the needs of the teacher that promote mutual positive outcome and also promote professional growth, shared responsibility, and respect. Here are the references used in this topic. To end this topic, allow me to share this quotation from Nancy Klein. Supervision is an opportunity to bring someone back to their own mind, to show them how good they can be. Thank you for listening. Hope this topic might guide the school supervisors as well as the chair on the process of instructional supervision. Good day and may God bless us all. Thank you.